Listen, today we're going to discuss how to get a more defined jawline and get rid of that face fat. And honestly, the reason why you guys can't get rid of that face fat is because you guys need to lose weight all over your body. So let's talk about it.
And the amount of fat or adipose tissue you carry on your face has a lot to do with your weight, which is why one of the first places weight change shows up is on your face.
Even though I'm a big gorilla, I got feelings too. Man, that hurt my feelings. I said, man, I gotta lose some weight.
We're gonna need you to drop that body fat percentage, and it's gonna help you reduce that face fat. We got 7 tips, so go ahead and stay tuned and watch the rest of the video, and we're gonna get you where you need to be.
And guys, make sure you guys stay to the end and receive all 7 tips because you need all 7 tips to really get rid of face fat. Let's get straight into it. Listen guys, the reason why you can't reduce that face fat is because you guys are consuming too many calories. In order to get rid of face fat, you need to lose weight, meaning you need to be in a calorie deficit. So you need to understand your macros, and the macros is a breakdown of your protein, fats, and carbs. So in the description section below, I'm gonna provide you guys with a macro calculator, and that's gonna tell you how many macros you need per day, and then you need to go into 300 to 500 calorie deficit. Guys, by going into a 300 to 500 calorie deficit, that's gonna allow you to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. Because what a lot of you guys don't know is it takes time before you can just lose weight in your face. You're gonna notice that when you go into this calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight in your stomach, you're gonna lose weight in your chest, your arms. It's gonna be all throughout your body. So that's why you wanna make sure you're maintaining the calorie deficit. And I know a lot of you may not have heard what that is, but for me, that's when I really started getting shredded. That's when I was really able to get rid of my face fat, is when I started consuming less. Johnny B, any takes on that?
For me, like whenever I'm about to compete and I drop my calories, so like when I do go on a calorie deficit, that's when I see the biggest change. I'll look a lot more, there's like a lot more fine-tuned details, like my muscle in my face. Like you can see, especially like if you like
you
look at your teeth, like it'll make your jawline look more defined, and it's just, I don't know, you'll feel better about yourself, you know?
Yeah, and this is for men and women. Like if you guys are trying to avoid the double chin, you'll notice that if you guys pay...
Got him! Got him!
Bars. If you got those, you see like men or even women with the double chin, it's not, they don't just have a double chin off the top. So you really need to go into a calorie deficit to reduce that body fat percentage. Guys, everyone needs a food scale. There's no point in going to a calorie deficit if you don't have a food scale, because you have to be able to track your food. That's the only way you're gonna know how much you're consuming. That was a big game changer for me. And the food scale, I take it everywhere I go. With the food scale, guys, I literally weigh each and every one of my meals. And when I was able to do this, I'm able to hit my macros each and every single day. And that's gonna allow you to lose that weight. So many times I thought I was eating healthy. I thought, oh, you know what? I'm not eating that much salmon. I'm not eating that much chicken. But I was eating a 10-ounce salmon. That's too much salmon. So by putting it on the food scale, that helped hold me accountable. And just honestly, it was knowledge for me. I'm only consuming 2 pieces of chicken, that should be enough. But sometimes those 2 pieces of chicken weigh 10 ounces, and that's way too much protein. So a food scale is really important, just to weigh your protein and even your carbs, like how many potatoes you're consuming. I'll put my potatoes on the food scale and weigh it, and that's what'll really allow me to know exactly how much I'm consuming. And that was another key thing that really helped me reduce my face fat when I started using a food scale to track myself each and every single day.
It makes it easier for me to accurately put in my macros for the day into any app I'm using. And yeah, and it helps you kind of get a sense into being more consistent with your diet too, because it's like, in a sense, it's more motivating. So it's just like, all right, I know if I eat this certain food and that amount, and you see results, you're like, all right, I know this is gonna work for me. So definitely do your best to use a food scale to track your macros.
Yes, guys. Honestly, before I started using a food scale, my weight would fluctuate so much, and you know, there would be times I'd be 210 pounds, and then times that I'm 170 pounds. So that's why you really need to do things such as a food scale. And also MyFitnessPal is another app that I use to always track my food, so I know exactly how much I'm consuming, so that way my weight doesn't shoot up to over 200 pounds, and I can stay nice and lean and have that nice aesthetic face and have that Johnny B defined jawline. But listen guys, if you guys don't know what a food scale is, or you need to purchase that, go to my Amazon storefront, click the link, and make sure you guys purchase the kitchen accessories, because it's in there, guys. And the food scale is so important, so make sure you guys tap in with that. Listen, I have a 9-to-5 job, and I shoot a ton of content. So a lot of times I'm sitting on the desk a lot of times. So something that was very beneficial for me was making sure that I walked 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Guys, that's when I really noticed the biggest change in my face. I used to have a little pudgy face, you know, drinking alcohol, going out, whatever. But when I really started getting those steps in, that really started to drop weight. And I just started noticing the weight drop, and I was losing 2 pounds a week just by walking 8,000 to 10,000 steps. And because I'm behind the desk all the time, something that I really used to help me out was a walking treadmill. The walking treadmill is a game changer. I'm in Washington, D.C. It's like It's like negative 10 degrees outside. It's freezing cold outside. So I can't go outside. I don't always have time to go to the gym. But by having that walking treadmill in the house, it really made things easy for me to get my steps in. So I always take a break. Like I'll work for 30 minutes and then I'll take like a 10-minute break, or the walking treadmill underneath my desk, so I'm able to get those steps in. So it's easy for me to get the 8,000 to 10,000 steps. Now that I have the walking treadmill, that is also in my Amazon storefront as well.
Well, for me, I have more of an active job because I bartend, so I'm usually just walking around more. But outside of that, whenever the weather does get a lot better, I'll go on a run through the city. So that helps, like going on a long run, you can get your steps, or even just like walking. If you're out of town, just try to like go explore, like a landmark or something really important to the city. Like you could go be like a tourist somewhere, or even do it in your own city. It'll help you discover more things, and that'll help you. Just like one of those things, just being active, just walking for 30 minutes alone is really healthy for you. So you should try it out.
Yeah, and if you want to get fly like me, we have pretty big malls in the DMV. So I go to the mall, like on the weekends when I want to get my steps in, I'll go to the mall, walk around, go shopping. You will actually get a lot of steps when you notice. If you go to the mall, you'll be walking around. And that's an easy way to get 8,000 to 10,000 steps each and every day. So guys, make sure you tap in with that. That's how you're going to get that lean, more defined jawline and get rid of that face fat. Guys, believe it or not, you need to implement resistance training. So I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, why do I need to lift weights to get a more defined jawline? Guys, lifting weights is gonna allow you to burn so many calories. Like by doing squats, by doing deadlifts, by doing bench press, by getting in the gym, that's gonna allow you to burn so many calories, guys. You can burn up to like 700 calories in just one workout. And let's be real, like let's be honest, we enjoy snacks at times. We enjoy cookies. We enjoy maybe going over our calories, 250 calories. So by lifting weights, you create a greater deficit, which is gonna allow you to eat more food. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that. The more muscle you build up, the more calories your body's gonna burn naturally. So it's just super important to make sure that you guys are really lifting those weights. And that's gonna really help you get the defined jawline, because it's gonna put you in a calorie deficit that's gonna allow you to lose weight.
So like the bigger the muscles, the easier it is to burn calories.
Look at this guy, like he burns so many calories just having a ton of muscle on his body.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and then it's just like you're just pushing yourself, and your body is responding to it. So you'll be sore at first, and then even after hard workouts, you'll always be sore. But that's like that's really good still, because you're growing your muscles and you're breaking them down and building them all back up. So then when you eat your protein and stuff, you're building more muscle than producing more fat, and especially like when you keep your diet clean too. So just I'm telling you, just stay locked in, lift weights, get some resistance training in, you'll see a big difference.
Yes, guys, and if you're confused, guys, if you've never been to the gym before, make sure you guys check out my Patreon, where I provide you guys with online one-on-one coaching, and I also can provide you guys with a meal plan and a workout plan. So make sure you guys check out my Patreon, and that's gonna really help you get a plan whenever you go in the gym, so you know exactly what to do, so you can get in and out in 45 minutes. Guys, another thing you want to do, guys, you really want to increase your protein. A lot of you guys are not consuming enough protein. You guys are eating a ton of carbs. When you go to these fast food restaurants, they're just giving you carb after carb after carb, and they're not giving you enough protein. Rule of thumb is you want to at least have 1 gram of protein per body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you want to have 150 grams. Something that I've done is I actually go for 1.2, because that allows me to increase my muscle. And by having more muscle on my body's going to require more calories for me to burn. So I highly recommend that. Guys, if you guys need protein, because I'm on the go, I'm working all the time, always busy. Sometimes I have to have my protein on the go, and what I'll do is I'll pack a protein shake. So make sure you guys tap in with Legion supplements. That's the protein that I take. I highly recommend Legion protein and the creatine. Use the code word CHIEF, you'll get 20% off. The link is in the description below. So make sure you guys tap in and get the protein. Cut out the alcohol and the processed food. Johnny B had to get on me about that, because listen, the boy like to eat, like to drink, all that good stuff. And Johnny B like, listen, man, if you want to get lean, you want to get shredded, you want to really get rid of that face fat, you have to stop consuming so much alcohol. You have to stop eating a bunch of junk food. Guys, get rid of, if it's in the house, guys, I had to really remove it out of the house, guys. So first I want to just say, guys, remove it out of the house, and that'll make it easy. If you have to get in your car to go get processed foods, then chances are you're not gonna be as likely to consume as much. So I highly recommend, guys, just taking those steps. And I'm not saying, obviously, when you go out every once in a while, have fun, enjoy. But guys, 90% of the time, you don't need to be eating that stuff. A lot of you guys are eating processed food, junk food, 85-90% of the time, and you're wondering why. All that processed food has a bunch of sodium in it, and that's increasing your weight, and that's what's causing so much weight gain. That's what's causing you to have more face fat. So guys, really make sure you get rid of the junk food and the processed food, and just limit it to like once every 2 weeks. Bare minimum. Like I just limit it to whenever I go out. So guys, really get rid of that processed food. All right, man. And another thing you want to do, guys, something that's been really beneficial for me, guys, is cardio. Hitting some cardio. Now, listen, I understand that we're busy. I understand we don't have a lot of time. So I'm not saying you have to do 45 minutes of cardio. But even if you do 20 minutes of cardio or 20 minutes of HIIT, high intensity interval activities, doing some type of movement, things like that, guys, just moving your body 20 minutes a day. Even Johnny B, that's something that he introduced to me, like, hey, something to really burn up a lot of calories is doing cardio. That's going to be really helpful along with your resistance training. You want to shoot to really hit that cardio. Johnny B, like, how often do you do cardio with your resistance training?
I usually do it every time.
So if you work out 4 times a week, you do your cardio with 4 times?
Usually like 4 to 5 times. I'll just try to just do the cardio after, even if it's just like 15 to 20 minutes. As long as you're getting like you don't have to go too crazy on it. As long as you're getting your heart rate up a little bit, it just helps your overall aerobic health.
Yeah, guys, and again, like Johnny B, obviously he's a professional bodybuilder, so you don't have to do weight training and cardio 5 times a week. That'd be 10 sessions. But I recommend doing cardio and weight training at least 3 times. So 3 days a week you're doing a full body workout, and 3 times a week you're doing cardio. And like he said, I don't know if you guys caught it, you don't have to go super hard. It doesn't have to be super intense, meaning you don't have to do a ton of running. You're not sprinting, okay? It's just a light jog. Even just doing the Stairmaster on an incline and just walking and moving up, guys. Just an intense brisk walk is sufficient enough just to get the heart rate up. And so make sure you guys do that for the cardio. Woo, yes sir, guys, man. Johnny B, thanks for coming out. Listen, man, y'all know the vibes. I know the vibes. Listen, guys, those are the 7 tips to help get a more defined jawline and get rid of face fat. So make sure you guys implement at least one of those tips, guys. I know we said a lot and it can be overwhelming, but start from somewhere. So really make sure you guys implement something. And if you guys don't do anything, make sure you guys purchase the food scale. The food scale is in the Amazon storefront. And guys, that can be very essential because honestly, you'll see results just from monitoring your food and not even going to the gym to really help get a more defined jawline. So make sure you guys tap in with that, man. Appreciate it, man. Keep subscribing. Keep hitting that notification button, man. We locked in, man. CP Nation, we out. Yes, sir.
All right.